Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shelley's Shit Show. Today we're going to talk about our lovely Injustice system. We're going to talk about injunctions against harassment, a civil order that does not depend upon relationships and is available if the conduct of any person is harassment as defined by law. What defines harassment? Harassment law and legal definition. State law define harassment as behavior patterns that bother, threaten, intimidate, alarm, or place people in fear of their safety. Harassment is unwelcome, uninvited behavior that degrades, threatens, or offends a victim, creating a hostile environment. It is intended to prevent a person, defendant, from contacting you and or any other protected persons included in a judge's order. A judge can also order that the defendant not contact you in person, by phone, in writing, or other means, and can order the defendant from contacting you at a specific location, such as your residence, work, school, or other locations. So that is the definition of injunctions against harassment. What I have today that I like to present is actually a woman that goes in front of the judge, states her case on why she wants this injunction against harassment against her neighbor. Now, the law allows somebody to go in ex parte, and ex parte means this: done with respect to or in the interests of one side only, or of an interested outside party. The owners made an ex parte application to the High Court for a stay on the decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. With respect to or in the interests of one side only, or of an interested outside party. Lawyers are forbidden to meet with a judge ex parte or outside the presence of opposing counsel. So basically, what ex parte means is that the plaintiff was allowed to go in front of the judge and state her case without the defendant present. And then with that, the judge makes his decision whether or not he's going to grant this. And part of making that decision, the judge has to be presented three things that represent harassment to actually grant this injunction against harassment on this lady's neighbor. So we're going to take a listen.
So you mentioned that on, I assume, some social media,
Yes.
Shelley posted a photo of a target with bullets in it with a caption of, "All I had to do once, I visualized Connie and her son. Felt good, haven't been to the range in 2 years. You felt threatened and scared and called the police."
Yes.
What I'm hearing is this is a Facebook post that this defendant made about her going to the range. So she went to the range and she had a good shoot. She makes a post that all she had to do was think about this lady and her son, and she hadn't felt really good. She hadn't been to the range to a while. And in that post, she is telling the judge basically that she felt threatened because her name was mentioned in the post, right? Okay, so that is her number one thing that she's stating to the judge. First off, is a Facebook post that this lady made.
Now, you mentioned that Shelley has been sending random people over to watch us.
Yes.
Okay, let me finish. She said, maybe if I can get enough people to do a slow, I think it reads slow drive-by, even stop, she may let up, knowing someone might see her. So where did she say this?
On social media also. Everything is on social
Okay,
media.
did you keep that?
Yes. We kept it. We kept it, everything. I even have.
So did she literally say she's been sending people by to watch you?
Yes, ma'am, sir.
Have you actually seen people peering into your house every night?
Yes, on my security cameras. The officer that came over the weekend.
I don't care about the officer, just, I know you have a lot you want to say, but I want to try and keep this sort of narrowed because I know what I need, okay? So So you have security cameras,
Yes, sir.
and you said there are people that are looking at your apartment.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so how many times has this happened?
Every night.
Well, every night since when?
It's been going on for 3 months, but it's just now starting to get worse. When she posted that Target, that's when it got worse, and the officer told us to go get a order of protection.
Now, you mentioned that she's been talking to people on Facebook about breaking into your property with a ski mask so that they don't get caught.
Yes, I have that also.
Okay.
She says that that this defendant's been sending people over to her home. And then she states that it happens every night, and it happened more often after the defendant posted the Target, right? And now she's saying that they're actually peering in her windows, and she has seen them on her security cameras peering in her windows. And then it goes into the fact that this defendant is sending people over to actually break into her home with a ski mask. Now, as a judge, so I'm going to ask Mike, as a judge, and you're hearing this, okay, and it's just verbal, would you consider this a cause of threat? Would you feel like this is threatening to this woman? I mean, she's saying truthfully, right, that this defendant, she goes to the range, she shoots, a target, and then now she posts on Facebook asking people to drive by this woman's home slowly, and then to go and put a ski mask on and look in the windows.
I guess as a judge, I have to have more proof to substantiate the claims that the plaintiff is making. Just to hear something coming from someone's mouth, to me, represents nothing more than hearsay. It's very simple to fabricate a story, to lie. I would have to see some kind of proof. Show me the Target, show me the Facebook posting, if you have a screenshot of it, if it's allowed in court. If there are people around my home and I have cameras, to show me the footage. I need to see the footage more than just hearing somebody's story about it, because there's nothing to substantiate the claim at this point as far as I'm concerned.
Well, and I guess too, how I would look at it as a judge would be, what created this? Why would this woman even send people by her home to look in her home or drive by slowly, thinking, and as it was said, is drive by slowly so she'll see it and maybe she'll stop. And I would have to question as judge, stop what? What is the defendant wanting the plaintiff to stop doing? What is the plaintiff doing, that's causing the defendant to actually put a post on Facebook saying maybe if we do some slow drive-bys, this woman will stop doing something? And there's no statement on what. I mean, so the judge isn't even inquiring or asking why this harassment is happening, if it is harassment, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right with that. There's no indication of what has taken place to start the dispute between the two parties. And I think it's a good question. Why has the defendant taken the action, the accused or alleged, why has the defendant taken the alleged action against the plaintiff to begin with, that brings the plaintiff into court to get this? There's some information that is missing with the whole thing to begin with.
Right, so this woman puts it out on Facebook. It sounds to me like she doesn't have anything to hide. Why would she put that out on Facebook if she was trying to get somebody to break into somebody's home? What I guess bottom line with this is I feel like the judge is not being thorough with this. He's just barely hearing her and just going, okay, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need. So those are her two so far, okay? So both of them are Facebook. Both of them are social media posts. Nothing in person, anything like that. So far the lady has presented 2 things that she found on Facebook. So here's number 3.
And then I can't quite read the handwriting. I'm not sure it's yours. It says September the 27th, posted on Facebook that no one's going to
Cry
on the very day you
die.
die. Then it says,
Sundown. I have that also.
it says a bully sundown, a bully? What does
Yeah.
that mean? She wrote down a bully. Okay, and how do you know it's coming from, that comes from her? Does Facebook identify her as the author?
Yes.
Did you get that one? Did you follow that one? That was Shinedown. It took the judge. I don't think the judge probably has ever heard of Shinedown. Okay, so her 3rd attempt for harassment is saying that the woman posted the song Bully from Shinedown. And that she's the author of it.
Oh, I thought that reference was made as to being the author of the post on Facebook.
Yeah, my take is that the defendant posted and even put on there, because she read it, bully. No one's going to cry on the very day you die. You're a bully. You're a bully. That would not be the defendant's words. That would be Shinedown's words. And the defendant was just posting a song she liked by Shinedown.
Well, based upon the evidence presented, the court finds that there are multiple acts of harassment by the defendant towards the petitioner, towards the plaintiff, that justifies the issuance of a protective order in the form of an injunction against harassment. Defendant is to have no contact with the plaintiff. She's not to go on or near where you live, on or near where you work. Furthermore, the defendant may not post any message on social media to or about the plaintiff. Is that what you wanted?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Did you want anything else?
She made her Facebook account private now so nobody can see what she's posting.
Well, that, I don't think I can do anything about
No.
that. Well, I mean, if somehow private, does that mean she can still, I'm vaguely familiar with Facebook. Does that mean she can still post things, but you
Yes.
can't see it?
Yes. Only people that's on her first Facebook account, they can see it.
You're right. In terms of proof, that'll be difficult. But in terms of this order, she's not even allowed to do that. If she does that, she's violating my order, and if you can prove it, then she could be charged with a misdemeanor. Again, my order prevents her from any type of message about you. It's just a matter of either the police or you being able to show that even in private messages she's still doing it.
On those 3 things, the judge grants. He says that it's a viable threat. So he grants the injunction against harassment against this lady, the defendant, okay? And he starts by doing the normal things, which I read to you in the beginning, which is she can't go near the plaintiff, where she works, no contact, no texting, no messages. Then he throws in the defendant can't post on social media to or about the plaintiff. Then the plaintiff says her Facebook page is private. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this one. It's like, Facebook is, you go private on your page. I think the defendant has every right to do whatever she wants on her fucking Facebook page. As long as she's not committing, crimes or threats of like violence to hurt and kill somebody. But to say her personal feeling about somebody, and we still don't know what the dispute is between these 2 people. But the judge is now ordering that this person can't post even on private. And that, well, good luck trying to prove it, but if you can, then that will be a misdemeanor. In my opinion, and that's why I'm doing this, is I want your opinion. What do you think? Do you think that this judge made the right call? Do you think this judge should have put an injunction against harassment against this woman for what has been stated here? Are these reasons enough to do that to somebody? And then, so that's why I'm opening it up, because I want you to hear it and I want you to be the judge. My issues with authority, as we all know I have them, is where does this judge get off, really? Where does he get off without any information on anything to do that? I mean, he don't know shit at this point, and he's going to grant this and then also, create this order this person can. I mean, obviously there's something going on between the two parties, But anyway, so let's go to the end.
When you own a gun and you get a restraint order of protection against it, can you still own a gun?
I'm sorry. Say that again?
Okay, if you get a order of protection, can you still own the gun?
Well, you haven't alleged a gun.
Yeah, she has a gun.
Okay.
She posted that on Facebook too.
What did she post on Facebook too?
The gun that she has in her,
Okay, did she threaten you with the gun?
Yeah, because that target is the gun. And she posted the gun on Facebook also.
Where is this in relationship to the bullseye? In other words, was it posted before? Was it posted after?
It was posted after.
Was that on Facebook?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court finds that the defendant represents a credible threat to the physical safety of the plaintiff. Therefore, it's ordered prohibiting the defendant from possessing or purchasing a firearm, ordering that the defendant transfer the firearm to the Mesa Police Department within 24 hours of service of this order.
You would have thought that this woman going in to get an injunction against harassment would have mentioned the gun like in the first three. She waits till the very end, because obviously the judge just granted for this woman to stay off Facebook or whatever and to stay away from this woman. And it sounds to me like this woman didn't get what she wanted. And then he does ask, "What is there anything else?" But she didn't get what she wanted. So now she just throws this gun in there. And now she's telling the judge that it's a threat to her and that she was threatened. Man, that should have been the first thing, right? I mean, Jesus, if this woman, the defendant, threatened her with a gun, I think she'd be going after an order of protection instead of an injunction against harassment. I'm going to leave it up to you guys on this. I want you to think about, what this woman presented to the judge. Did this judge have the right to do this to the defendant, take away her guns and to shut her down on social media as far as whatever is going on with her that she's obviously trying to share, and to stay away from this lady? I want you guys to think about it, and I want you to give me your input with comments on yes for the injunction or no for the injunction. I want your take on it before I give you any more information, because I have a lot of information. That'll be on the next one. So please, comments. I want to hear how you feel about it. And also, thank you for subscribing. My whole cop thing with the pigs that I did, that, really was awesome. I had great response from that. I'm really hoping I get good response from this one too. So appreciate all of you, and on to the next one. We're staying with the Just Ask system for a few.